What's up, YouTube? Today we got a GMC Sierra bedside. I replaced the bedside, did all the welding and all that stuff. Got it ready, sanded the panel with 400 grit. Now we spraying the ceiling. Now today I'm gonna try to tell y'all a story on how I got started in the paint and body world, and try to explain what I'm doing in the video at the same time. Alright, it all started, I don't know, I'm not sure at what age I was, probably 25, 26, something like that. And I was actually working at a pest control company. And at the time I had bought a 95 Pontiac Firehawk. Not a Firebird, a Firehawk. You can Google it. And it needed some body work and some paint. And here's the thing, at the time I didn't have the money to send it to a body shop. So my whole thing was I was going to learn how to do it. So I started watching YouTube, bought paint guns, bought primer, bought paint, and I just didn't know where to start, and I was scared. And then I started researching on YouTube, trying to learn from, YouTube University. And I don't know, I started really taking a liking to the whole process of the body work and the painting situation and all that. But I was working at a pest control company. Now, in my mind, I was like, man, if I want to really get into this body work and this painting, I'm going to have to get around cars, man, around cars. So I had a friend which owned a car lot, which I worked for him before, and I used to detail cars there before I worked at this pest control company. So me and him got to talking, and he was about to open a new car lot, and he told me he needed somebody to run the detailing department and train new guys to detail cars, all that good stuff, make sure everything on the lot's looking nice. So I'm like, I'll take the job, but I also want to learn how to paint and do body work. So if you'll let me practice on some of these bumpers and all that, and I'll do it. I'll work for him. And it turned out pretty good. Everything was going along, moving right along, and I was getting my practice in here or there. When a car came in from the auction, need a little bit of work, I practiced. It was taking me longer than it should because I really didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to learn on my own. And then he eventually hired a guy to, the guy actually painted boats, but he knew how to paint cars too. He actually hired a guy to teach me a little bit on the weekends. Now, so I'm coming to work for free on the weekends, and this guy's showing me. He showed up about 2-3 weekends. I got my first bumper spray, and that built up my confidence. But I had help, and then I messed up a lot. I messed up a lot of bumpers and had to redo them. A lot of colors not matching, had to redo them. So that went on for a while, and then I got in my head I wanted to work at a body shop. So my local body shop, probably about a mile up the street from where I was working at, I knew the owner of the body shop. So one day I see him out at the grocery store or something, and I ask him, hey man, I've been doing these little bumper jobs and stuff. I was wondering if y'all need some help down there, I'm open to the opportunity. And he told me no. He didn't really want to hire a guy that didn't know much about what he was doing. And I was like, okay. So then, time went on, a couple months went by, I seen him again. I asked him again. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm just gonna keep asking him until he just stopped talking to me. And so I asked him probably maybe, I don't know, about 10 times. Every time I seen him, I asked him. Then one day I'm at work cleaning cars, and I see him over there. He shows up, he's talking to the mechanics and stuff. This is the body shop owner. He's talking to the mechanics and stuff at my job at the car lot where I clean cars at. And I seen him and I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask him no more. I'm tired of asking. I figured it would make it where he'll be ducking me. Every time he see me, he would go the other way just because he knew what I was gonna ask. But yeah, he told me no, at least 10 times. And that was okay with that. So I just went back to cleaning cars. In my mind, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep doing bumpers and keep doing small jobs and keep learning from YouTube. And one day, I'm gonna start taking business from him because he didn't want to hire me. That's what I was thinking at the time. So, some more months go on. It's probably around October, November, it's starting to get cold outside. And I'm thinking, man, I don't really want to detail cars this winter, but I ain't going to work at no other body shop. If this guy don't want to hire me, I ain't even going to go nowhere else because I really don't know what I'm doing that well. And I know most body shops want guys that got, some years of experience. I don't have it. All I can say is I've been doing a couple little bumpers here or there. No big deal, but yeah, so time went on. I'm still cleaning cars. Everything's great. And then one day, I'm working, and I see the body shop owner pull up. And he goes talk to the mechanic. Him and the mechanic's real good friends. And as he was back about to leave, he backed over there where I was at and was like, hey, I'm just gonna call him John. I'm gonna call the mechanic John. That ain't his real name, but I'm gonna use John. He said, hey, did John talk to you? I'm like, nah. He said, he got something to tell you. He'll talk to you. I said, okay. At the time, I did not know what it was. I didn't know nothing about nothing. So probably about lunchtime that day, the mechanic came over there where I was at detailing, and he was like, hey, did the body shop owner say anything to you? I was like, nah. He said, you had something to tell me. He said, yeah. So he had a guy to quit, and he only got one guy in the body shop working. He got one body man, one painter, and he looking for help. He said he wants you to go down there and talk to him. I was like, oh yeah. So I didn't go. I didn't want to seem too eager to go. I didn't go. It took me a couple days, which I could have missed my opportunity, but I didn't. It took me a couple days to finally go down there and talk to him, get up with him. And I went and talked to him, man, and I was willing to take a pay cut. That's how bad I wanted to learn this. I didn't know how much body men and painters got paid. I didn't know nothing about it, but I would have took a pay cut at the time just to get in the trade. So I talked to him, and like I said, he knew me. He knew my father. He knew me from around town. He knew I was going to show up to work. So I got the job. I told him I had to give my 2 weeks notice to my boss, which I hated to break the news to my boss because I kind of did like working there. But on the other hand, I knew I wanted to do something different, and I needed to get under somebody to learn. Now, I get in the body shop, and I didn't know it at the time, but when I came, he was like, you ain't going to be painting no cars. They had a painter, and that was my whole thing. I wanted to paint. I wanted to paint cars because, I didn't know I liked body work until I started doing it, but I wanted to paint. And there was an old guy there already painting it. He was like, nope, we got one painter. He's been painting here for 15 years, and nobody else is painting. But I didn't get discouraged. I started learning the body work. Basically, I was taking apart cars, washing cars, doing some part swaps here or there, fenders, doors, stuff like that. No major body work or nothing. But as time went on, I started, fixing little dents here or there. And then about 6 months in, the painter retired. So I'm like, oh yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm thinking I'm about to get my foot in the door. They're about to let me paint. Nope. My boss still didn't trust me to paint. We had another older guy there. He was a body man, but he painted everything. He painted the cars I worked on. He painted the cars he worked on. And I was kind of frustrated, but I still didn't give up. And then the old guy finally told the boss, the old painter had already told my boss. And then the old body man already told my boss, look, he knows how to paint. He knows he kind of knows all the basics, but he didn't trust me. So as time went on, the old body man who was painting everything at the time, he told the boss man, look, I'm going on vacation. So you better start letting them paint now and get them used to everything, or y'all gonna be without a painter for a couple weeks, cause I'm going on vacation when my wife says so. So it is what it is. And after that, my first job in the paint booth, not too bad. It was like a bumper or something. My second job came out with all this trash in it, man. Just trash everywhere. And I had to wet sand and buff that whole job, but it wasn't too bad. Now, man, they trust me to paint. They don't even look at my jobs no more when I'm done painting. They just say, oh, if he painted it, it's all right, man. And that's why I want to tell this story. I just don't want nobody to start and get discouraged, you know. Even a no don't always mean no. It just means not right now. That's all it means. Now, with that said, let me hear y'all stories, man. I know a lot of guys started out washing cars at a body shop and they kind of moved up. I know some guys went to school for it, which I didn't even consider it when I was a kid. My daddy actually worked in a body shop for a while when I was a kid. He actually had his own body shop for a while when I was a kid. But you know, as a kid, you don't take a liking to certain stuff until you get older. And then you realize, oh man, that was actually pretty cool. You know, when I used to see my dad do it, I ain't think nothing about it. This is the last coat of clear, I believe. Using the DV1 clear gun, C1 air cap, 1.3 tip, full fan, full fluid. Sickens Auto Clear PC, 50-50, half fast clear, half slow clear, hardener, ready to spray. Now here, I don't know what you call this, man. It's like a mist coat. It's like after I put on that wet coat, I didn't really like the orange peel too much, so I go over it like real quick with another, just kind of like a light coat, and it kind of melts in, get rid of some of that orange peel. Don't go too heavy because it will run doing this. It's dangerous. And that's it, man. Like, share, subscribe. Leave in the comments how you got started painting and body work. And if you're new to it and haven't painted nothing, let me know. If you need some help or tips, I try to give the best advice I can. Thank you.